Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? How are you doing? It's your sis Tina Ricks, and I'm back. I am back. Wow. Let's just say wow. How about we weren't quite prepared yet? Okay, so we're ready to go. We're ready to go. So how's everybody doing? I hope that you've had a wonderful Sunday. Hey, hey, come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I hope everybody's had a wonderful Sunday. We premiered episode 6 of the Music and Mental Health docuseries. So we would love for you guys to check that out on whatever platform you use, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, all that wonderful stuff. What else? What did I miss? Facebook. What else? Hey, also on our website, thoughtpositivemedia.com. You can find it. Okay, hey, you guys came back. Let me just say this. This is Facebook. I'm so sorry. I started the video. It was dark. I was scrambling, dropping stuff. My fridge was beeping. I was like, we're going to stop this. We're just going to stop and we're going to start it over again. Hey, come on in. Come on in. I'm so glad that you're here. So today we're talking about narcissists and how they manipulate and traumatize their victims. So has anyone encountered a narcissist or know someone who has been a victim of being in a relationship with a narcissist? I would like to know. I want to see you in the comment section. Hey, how are you doing? Hey, yeah, I want to see you in the comment section. I want to see you in the comment section here too. Okay, let's get started. So they have a system, and narcissists they all kind of work alike. What is a narcissist? It's actually a personality disorder, and it's someone who they lack empathy. They control you by manipulating you, devaluing you, and lots of other things that we will discuss. It's so much that we're not going to be able to finish it all today. I may just stay on this topic. For a few weeks. So they're masters of language who use words to deceive, coerce, seduce, and mislead. They have the forked tongue of a viper and have no misgivings when it comes to spouting poisonous, vitriolic abuse at their victims. So the thing is, a lot of times this is abuse that's not seen. There's no bruises on you. Okay. Nobody punched you. Okay. But it's a systematic degradation of your spirit, your entire spirit. They're literally killing your spirit and feeding off of your energy to stay alive. What you'll notice in a narcissistic relationship is that the narcissist will seem to thrive and be all happy and chipper, day to day. And the person that's being victimized, you just start to see that they're not really taking care of themselves. They're very tired. They feel drained. They're unsure of whether they're making the right choices or not, because it's like the narc, that's short for narcissist, and I'm going to use narc from now on. The narc will say one thing and really you'll have a 2-hour conversation and plan it all out. And then the next day they could, say, I don't know what you're talking about. And I did not say that. That's kind of some of the mind games and things that can happen. So this can, of course, you can see how that can mess up your finances, right? So if you talk about something, you say, okay, well, I'm going to sign for this and, we're going to commit to pay this. And then, the person changes their mind the next day and says they didn't say that. Now you're in a financial bind. So this type of personality can really destroy your life in so many different areas. Okay, so we'll start with the first area. So basically, early in the relationship, they'll try you. After the love bombing phase. That's like the first phase where you fall in love with the narc and they're everything that you wanted. They've asked the questions and they found out what you want in a lover. And they do a great job of playing out that characteristic. Yes. Hi, Franklin. How are you doing? I'm so happy that you're here. What's up? We're in Austin too. So yeah, so basically they just act. They put on an act and they become that guy that you want. Okay. They'll also future fake you. Okay. What is future fake? Future fake is yes, we're going to be together. We're going to travel the world. Anything that you ever wanted, we're going to make sure that we do that. I'm going to be the man that's going to be your partner, that's going to do all those things that you said you didn't get to do. That's me. You can count on me. Or, hey, I'm the girl that's going to, not hurt you. All the other ones did, and I'm not going to do that to you. And, they play this game for a while, and then they start to, tear it down slowly and systematically. Okay. So it starts with like making you believe that you have this like super special relationship, and it's like magical, and like, oh my gosh, I found my soulmate, right? And then, they start saying really kind of rude things to you, like, what's an example? Like, why would anyone go to you for therapy? Your family is messed up. Stuff like that. And then they go, well, I'm just joking. I was just joking. Just, you can't take a joke. Why are you getting so upset? Okay. Targeting flaws and insecurities. Any area where there's like a little bit of a deficit, whether you can control that or not, doesn't matter if you could control it or not, they're going to attack it. They're going to attack it. And then they're going to say that they didn't, or they're going to say that you're overreacting or something like that. So you've told them all of your life story, right? So they're slowly taking this information and they're going to jab it at you slowly at the worst times. Okay. Next. Hold on. Okay, so basically like false praise, really criticizing you. So they'll say something like, oh, I like your glasses, but I think that they would look better on like a slimmer face. I think your face is kind of wide, but the glasses are cute. Is that flattery? Is that something nice to say to someone? So, then you're like, that was really rude. And then they're like, I mean, gosh, why are you overreacting? I'm just saying that it probably would look better on a slimmer face. You should just chill out. Then they use projection. Any and everything that they do that's negative, they say that you do it. They tell you that you're the one that's doing it. Can anyone give me any examples of what that might look like? It's okay. An example of that would be, let's say that they are like insecure with their looks. They're going to say that you're insecure with their looks, with your looks. They're going to like just anything that they are, they're going to say that you are. Whatever's going on in here, they're going to say that you're doing it. If they're cheating, they're going to say that you're cheating. That's pretty much the projection. Okay, so then we have silence, volume, and tone. Sometimes they're not going to say anything to you. They're just going to be super quiet. And sometimes they're going to talk louder. Sometimes they're going to talk. They're going to change up the tone depending on what they're trying to do, how they're trying to manipulate you, because they know that you love them very much. And they know that whenever you feel really frustrated in the relationship, you think back to the beginning whenever they were so super sweet and you are trying to, get back to that person that they were at the beginning of the relationship, and they know that, but they know that that person is never going to return. So those are some like kind of pointers. There's so much more to this thing. There's just so much more to it. And speaking from my own experience of being in a narcissistic relationship, we can just start like from the beginning, and I'll say how I felt in the relationship. Everything started off nice, everything was wonderful, and slowly started to change, after we got married, and then like the real problems began, and boy, were they problems. They weren't my problems though. So I ended up triangulated inside of someone else's mess. So it would be like a scenario of somebody that came into a relationship and did not clean up their life before they did. And they just lied their way into the next relationship. And now you're sitting here and you're like, oh my gosh, what in the world did I get myself into? So you keep trying to like fix it and keep trying to like rehab it and try to intervene and try to, set boundaries and try to clean the thing up. And they're upset with you for trying to fix things. So now you're the enemy, and whatever they were fighting with, they kind of are done with that, and now they're attacking you. So basically, it's not fun, and you're going to lose your confidence because you're going to be embarrassed. You're going to be embarrassed. You're not going to want to hang out with your peers if that's going on. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that the person can like never, they're never at peace. You can never be on one accord. They say they want Chinese food this day. Y'all go get Chinese food. They said they didn't want Chinese food. That's not what they want to eat. You say you're going to plan trips for the year. You plan trips for the year and pay for them. They don't want to go on the trip, or they're going to just like run away while they're on the trip and ditch you and leave you alone. Just like bizarre stuff, right? And it's like, you don't want to go tell your friends about that. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. They have no problem humiliating you. That's fun. Anything that will hurt you is fun to them. Anything that's important to you, they're going to systematically destroy. So this is like a human wrecking ball. Whatever they can possibly wreck, they're going to wreck. And it is so hard to like pull yourself out from the matrix and, just kind of look in and say, what in the world is going on here? Why can we never have any peace? Because the person has no plan on having peace. That's not what they want. And that's not what gets them going. That's not what satisfies them. These people literally, I don't want to use the word get off. Like they get satisfied by causing some kind of friction, some kind of chaos. So chaos and drama must be going on at all times in this person's life, because someone has to be to blame, because they are incapable of looking at themselves and saying, I'm wrong. A narcissist is very rarely going to apologize. And if they do apologize, it's a form of manipulation to get something that they want, okay, to continue to further abuse you. They may try to reconcile, but it's not going to last for long. They're just pulling you back in because they feel like you still got higher energy than they do. So the whole thing is finding somebody with a higher energy source to plug into, because they don't have any energy. They're blank on the inside. They are empty. They are empty. You'll realize that, like with a narcissist, you'll have a conversation with them and there's no real depth to the conversation. It's kind of shallow. They can't really like express their feelings at all. It's kind of like blank. There's not really deep conversations that you can have with this individual. And you kind of ignore some of that whenever you're in the honeymoon phase and you're being love bombed, So I would say like to really like take a step back if things are moving slow and really kind of ask more questions and make sure that you get answers, because narcs also like to say, I don't know a lot. I don't know. I can't remember. So you don't really ever get anywhere. And what you'll find is if you look back into that relationship, you were the one giving all the information and they were the one taking all the information, and then they were the one throwing that information at you or harming you with the information. But you didn't have a lot of information on them. So they're pretty secretive, and this is how they've gotten through life. So they're really good at lying and they're really good at causing chaos. So imagine what that would do to somebody's mind, emotions. Just imagine how someone could be traumatized by that. How could somebody be traumatized by that? You can either, yes. A narcissist could be either gender. Oh gosh, there's many stories of women that are like this. It's just, they have, it's like a list of personality traits and they are all pretty similar. So let me do something real quick. Let me pull up that list. In general, this is pretty much how they all operate. It's really strange that they all do the same stuff. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here we go. So we have grandiose sense of self-importance, preoccupation with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love, belief that they are special and unique and can only be understood by or should associate with other special or high status people or institutions. I'm going to say, you know what? There's different type of narcissists, and this is not true for like a covert narcissist. This is true for like an overt narcissist. So that would be like, I think we know some people that are like that. They're like larger than life, you know, they got Trump towers here, there, and everywhere. That would be that kind of a narcissist. But there's a kind of narcissist that's very dangerous. And that type is very like quiet. They actually don't want attention. They're introverted. They're very quiet and they're very unsuspecting. They come off innocent, very easily. You can be very easily fooled by a covert narcissist because they're not doing any of these things. So you're going to miss those signs. It's really, really hard to figure out what's going on with that. But there are still some signs of a covert narcissist, rushing a relationship, love bombing you. So notice some of those things, but they're not going to have those like pompous, you know, characteristics. Okay. All right. Who has some questions? Questions. Hello. How you doing? How you doing? Okay. It says hey, hey. Okay. Those are just hellos. Hello to you too. Okay. Let's see here. Did I miss a question while I was looking down or anything? Let's see. No, I did not. Okay. All right. So we'll just go back into some of these characteristics. Okay. So we'll read a little bit more about future faking. Future faking is, it tickles the target's imagination and it rides off the back of the narcissist having done their due diligence, learning a lot about the target and their desires, so much that the narcissist knows which parts of the target's imagination they should tickle to achieve maximum effect. So what is maximum effect? Maximum effect is causing the target's imagination to go wild, such that they become a prisoner to their own imagination and goals, because the narcissist has expertly made the target believe that such wonderful things which previously seemed unattainable are almost within reach. So basically it's like they start acting okay or they start acting right, you know, like how you want them to be. You know, so you think that you're like going in the right direction, you know, and you start to get confident in your relationship again. You start to kind of have a higher self-esteem again and just kind of feel good and not feel so ashamed anymore, you know, and then they rip that out from under you. So you're just not sure about anything. So basically they make you not trust yourself or your decisions that you make. Like you don't trust yourself because as soon as you make a decision, they change their direction. So it's like a game of always throwing you off. So you're never going to feel, you know, together. You're never going to feel at peace because things are always changing. Something's always changing and you're the one that's to blame for everything, but you've done nothing. So if you are around that for years, here goes a face that we have printed out of what is actually on the inside of someone like this. This is what they are concealing. And your energy, your positive energy is what keeps this person going. Once you leave, they have to try to find someone quickly to replace you because they literally are energy vampires. They live off of your higher vibrations and your good spirit. They also test your boundaries. So like early on in the relationship, they might, you know, do something that's a little off and see if you're going to let them get away with it or if you're going to like, you know, tell them no way, you know, do that again and I'm out of here. But if they get away with it, they'll just, you know, okay, I know what I can and can't do. And then, you know, what they'll push the envelope further and further as the relationship goes on. And the more you keep staying and trying to work on it, the more damage that they're actually going to do to you. They don't consider that to be loyalty. They consider it to be stupidity. And if you were stupid enough to stay, then I have the right to abuse you. So narcissists feel as though they have the right to abuse people. Hey. Okay, let's see. Let's go a little bit. Do narcissists know what they are doing? This is a question that came in. Do narcissists know what they are doing, but just can't stop themselves? Okay. And here goes an expert on narcissists, and this is their answer. If I could say one thing about the behavior of a narcissist, it would be that they know what they are doing, but they just can't stop themselves. That's it. A narcissist lives entirely in the moment. They do what they want to do when they want to do it. They have no sense of future results or prior consequences when they are in the moment. The only thing that they know is that in the moment, the attention, positive or negative, feels good. So as long as they're getting attention, that's all that matters to them. They can't stop themselves because they are absolutely addicted to the moment. They're addicted to drama and chaos and confusion. For the rest of us, living in the moment is a good thing. We shouldn't get too caught up in living in the past, nor should we project too far into the future. Where we differ from narcissists is our conscience. If we are doing something in the moment that is going to hurt someone else, we stop. A narcissist will not stop. A narcissist cannot stop. The entire addiction is built on what they are getting in the moment. It says they are whores for the moment. A narcissist has the ability to turn off emotion, empathy, love, caring, everything in the moment. They will not stop in the moment because they do not think about you. They are serially impulsive. A narcissist in the moment, they cannot stop themselves. So they know what they're doing, but they can't stop it. So that's the disorder. Let's see here. Would they fit into the alpha, beta, or sigma male, female category? There's different types of narcissists. There are different types. Okay. So they all have different, there's just different features and characteristics to each type. Let's see. Let's see here. This is one of those topics that are, it's a lot to delve into. It's a lot. A narcissist could be any one of those. That's the answer. That's the answer. Okay. So, All right, we're back. Okay, so here go the 4 different types of narcissists. There's the grandiose narcissist. The grandiose narcissist says, I'm better than you, and I know it. Okay, of course, there's more to that, but just to kind of like differentiate them from one another, okay? There's a lot more going on to that grandiose narcissist, okay? They're putting people down left and right. They're sabotaging people to stay on top. I mean, there's all kind of, they lied their way to the top if they're at the top. They're crazy, okay? Okay, so that's the grandiose narcissist. And then 2, there's the malignant narcissist. The malignant narcissist is dangerous. They are the ones that probably physically abuse you as well. Yeah, they're the kind of narcissist that is most likely to commit a crime of some type of an abuse that's physical. Okay, then there's the communal narcissist. There's the covert narcissist. And another question is, why is the narcissist so seductive? Why is the narcissist so seductive? Why is the narcissist so seductive? Anybody have an answer to that? Ooh, looks like we haven't. Let's see. Have you heard of Kevin Samuels, and do you agree with what he talks about relationships? I haven't heard of him, and what does he talk about? Write it in the comments, and then I'll see, because I don't know. I may know him. I think I do. I just don't know him by his name. I might know him. Hey guys, hey, how you doing? How you doing? I might know him. So guys, there's so much to delve into with this thing. If you guys want me to, I can like go a little bit deeper tonight. We have time. It's only 24 minutes in. Let's go ahead and go a little bit deeper. Let's go a little bit deeper. Let's put this paper to the side. Let's move this paper and let's get deep. Let's get deeper. Let's get deeper. Let's see. It's late. I don't need this much light. It's like, it's in my eyes. Okay. Ooh, it's a little bit cooler. Okay. So let's talk a little bit more about narcissists. So narcissists play mind games, basically. Their whole goal is to play mind games on you. And you are not like that. So the thing is that you underestimate how evil, how deceptive, and how sadistic the narcissist can actually be, because you would never do those things. You would never do those things. So you are completely caught off guard. And by the time you realize what's going on, by the time you really realize what's going on, a lot of damage has already been done. You're pretty much almost out of the relationship. And sometimes you're out of the relationship before you even realize what's happened to you. Because you've detached yourself from the situation, you're on the outside looking in and you can see, oh my goodness, I was manipulated. I was tricked, bamboozled, sold wolf cookies and ate them, and all of that. So, it's a systematic breakdown of their partner's self-confidence, self-esteem, financial well-being, stability, ability to make sound decisions, being happy and just kind of like lighthearted, second guessing everything that they do and say, not knowing if they look nice or not, because they're never going to be told that they look nice. So thinking less of themselves and less of everything about themselves. They think they're less than because they've been around someone who's telling them that they're nothing. Nobody would want them. Nobody would want them except for them. So they basically like separate you from your friends, or they cause so much drama and chaos to humiliate you that you don't even want to go around any friends or family or anything, because there's always some kind of drama going on in the background, because they love to keep it going. Once you remove yourself from the relationship, or just, give yourself some distance, let's say you're married and you separate, you will feel a lot lighter, and you will realize, I was like in another world, like you were in another world. You were in another world when you're in a relationship with a narcissist. Every single day is opposite day. Every single day is opposite day. What does that mean? If you're a good person, you're called a bad person. If you're a bad person, you're called a good person. That's pretty much how that goes. Let's see. The woman who wants a high value man, or your average at best. You want a woman who's what? The woman who wants a high value man, or your average at best. I know who you're talking about. That video that went viral, and it was a beautiful dark-skinned woman, and she was answering the man's questions. And I don't know why she rated herself as a 5. Can you imagine? It seems like she's already been around narcissists, to rate herself a 5. And he says, and she stays engaged in that conversation. It tells you that she's used to being abused. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I actually saw that video and I wrote a long comment on it for probably it was up for 20 minutes. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this. I took it down. I was disgusted by it. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. Absolutely. And he's not all that masculine anyway. So I'm not quite sure why people are following him that hard. To each his own. I think that it was rude. And that is something that a narcissist would do. That is definitely something that a narcissist would say. That was a perfect example. That's exactly what a narcissist would say. Anything that, was some type of an obstacle or something that you overcame in your life, they're going to pull that out on you. So if you had a kid before then, they're going to tell you, I'm going to leave you and you'll be a baby mama again. I'm going to make you a baby mama again. And when I make you a baby mama, nobody's going to want you. Nobody wants a two-time baby mama, stuff like that, and you're like, wow, is this really what I'm dealing? Is this my life? How did this become my life? A narcissist will make you sit back and wonder, how in the world did this become my life? This can't be my life. This can't be my life. And hopefully people are strong enough to have that wake up call and say, hey, this can't be my life. This cannot be my life. I got to go find my life, because I left my life somewhere on the side of the road to deal with you. And at this point, I'm done trying to figure out and crack the case of what's going on, because I realize the game is you're never going to figure it out. It's to keep dancing around and wasting time. So the narcissist is wasting your time because you're trying to fix things, and you're not focusing on the things that you're called to do and what your purpose in life is, because you keep trying to fix something that is broken. It was broken before it ever got to you. It was broken before it got to you, and it's just feeding off of your energy, and it is unable to reciprocate that back. So it takes, and doesn't give. And while it's taken, it's honestly not that nice either. Usually people try to be nice if they're going to take something from you, right? And they show appreciation. No, this person's taking from you as well as beating you down and putting you down and telling you, how dare you protest to being treated this way? How dare you? It's a privilege that you're with me. You should be thankful. So they convince you that you should be thankful for your abusive relationship. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. It's really sick. It's really sick, and it's a problem. It seems like there's a lot more narcissistic relationships and topics like that, that we get, that, contact our office and, want help. It's a lot of narcissistic things going on these days. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because we're in the age of social media or what, but a lot of people are just really into themselves and don't care about hurting people. And what can happen sometimes is that if you're around a narcissist so much, or they really hurt you so bad, and you're finding it hard to heal, you can take on some of those tendencies because you feel like you were raped of your empathy. You feel like you were raped of your empathy. So some people will in turn no longer be empathetic anymore. They'll start to act like the narcissist because they figure, well, if that was done to me, then that's how I'm going to act too. So that's why I feel like there's more narcissists now, because people have been hurt so bad that they just decided to turn off their heart too and do the same thing, because they couldn't believe that somebody could be that cold. And it really hurts your view of people. It takes away your innocence of just, thinking people are just generally, most people are just generally good. Your innocence is gone forever. You'll never be as trusting, as friendly. It's just bubbly. You're just more cautious and guarded after you've been through a situation such as being in a relationship with a narcissist. And most people stay in those relationships for years, like 10 plus years, 20 plus years before they realize what's going on. Okay. It took me 5 years to realize what was going on. 5 years. And I'm a psychotherapist. So they really play a real mind game on you. A lot of manipulation, a lot of lying, a lot of coercing, a lot of crazy making, a lot of that, a lot of empty promises, a lot of dropped plans, but they didn't give you the memo. A lot of that kind of stuff. So that's kind of like what narcissists do. There's a whole lot more to that, and we can delve into that. I'm going to see what type of questions and comments and stuff we get in our inboxes throughout the week, and see if we're going to continue on this topic or if we're going to move on to another topic. Anytime that anyone is feeling a certain way or want to know more about narcissistic personality disorder, there's just a plethora of information online. So I would say go do some of your research. Go on YouTube. Go watch some videos and things like that and educate yourself on this personality. It's one that I would say you should actually educate yourself on, because you're probably going to run across one in your lifetime, whether it be at work, whether it be in a relationship, or maybe it's in your family. So just kind of read up on the personality and how to deal with it, and the signs that you can, the telltale signs early on, that this may be what you're running into. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for Self-Love Sundays, the late night edition. Oh gosh, I wanted to make sure that I did it today, that I came on and did the episode. I know that, you say, oh, well, you did the premiere of the, docuseries, but you got to understand that people follow the page and are part of the Thought Positive tribe for all different reasons. And you can't not show up. Just show up and share, I think it's really important to keep your word. And if you say you're going to do something weekly, then by golly, you do it weekly. So anyway, y'all stay tuned. If you guys are on Instagram, I really want you to head over to Instagram. It's at Thought Positive Media. Head over there. We post daily. If you have something like awesome that you want to share with us that your kid did or, that you're doing in the community, anything. It doesn't have to be with music. It doesn't have to be with mental health. If you're doing something that's very positive and that's giving back to others or a healing thing that you did for yourself that you found worked, please share it with us so we can put it in our stories and, let people know what you're doing and all of that. I don't care where you live. It doesn't have to be Austin. It could be anywhere. Okay. Let's see. What else do I want to tell you guys before we go? We do have 2 more episodes of the Music and Mental Health docuseries to go. Okay. So stay tuned to that. And if you haven't watched them, go ahead and look on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, the Thought Positive Media website. Probably somewhere else too. Oh, Instagram, IGTV. Okay, let's see. It's all good and thank you. Peace. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in so late. Thank you, Instagram land, for tuning in so late. Thank you, Facebook land, for tuning in so late. I appreciate you guys. And I do want to apologize again for coming on and not being prepared. And we'll try to make sure that doesn't happen again. This was a crazy day. It was so crazy. There was all kind of technical issues whenever we did the premiere of episode 6 of the Music and Mental Health docuseries. So we had already queued it up for Instagram. It did not launch. It would not launch. So it ended up getting put on an hour later and then on Facebook, and I think it was shot out to YouTube too. So the Facebook and YouTube stream collapsed in the first segment, in Alicia Lani's segment, and I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get back to it? I thought the whole thing went away, but it was still there and I came back. But, that's a lot going on, right? That's a lot going on. So yeah, it was draining, but I was like, okay, I'm coming on here and hopefully this was helpful. I don't know. I'm going to go watch playback. If I am stumbling around too much, then we'll just ixnay it and I'll do one during the week. Okay. I'm going to go watch and see. I didn't have a lot of time to prepare for this one. And this is a topic where you really want to have your bullets down. You really want to have those points down. I covered some, but it's kind of like, that's why I sprinkle some seasoning here and sprinkle some seasoning there. Instead of marinated, we want to marinate ourselves with this information so we know what's going on with the narcissist. It's important. It's important. Okay. So guys, I love y'all. I'll see you next week. Peace, love, and light. Tune into the Tina Ricks Music Project on Instagram. Okay. Come hang out with us over there. We do a lot over there. I will remember to put them on Facebook, but we do not post as much on Facebook. So that's why we really want our followers to head over to Instagram. Okay. That's Instagram.com/thoughtpositivemedia. All right. Take care, guys. Peace, love, and light. I'll see you next Sunday.